Salut tout le monde, c'est Gabster. Et on est encore une fois sur Baldur Gate 3. Alors on est dans de nouveaux faubourgs là, on a avancé sur la carte un petit peu. Du coup on va voir ce qui se passe. Apparemment j'ai une quête ici. Mais bon, on va commencer. Ok, direct, j'allais dire on va commencer par fouiller tous les bâtiments. Je m'approche du premier, il y a déjà une quête qui se met à jour. Ouais, c'est celle-là. Là. Les motifs flow.
I'm here. I won't let anything happen to you.
Look at you. You're exhausted. You've been pulling all-nighters to keep watch. I know you have.
I don't mind it. Honestly.
Well, I do. Which means we're getting a real room.
Ah, c'était celle-là. Alors...
Hear me out. Caresse also has rooms.
Cambis de fraise.
Staying in a brothel.
Listen, it's got private rooms, music, and all-round pleasant folks from what I've heard.
And if a patron
truly
confuses me for a member of staff,
Bon, je vois pas trop en quoi ça ressemble. Hein. Mais bon.
Come to Baldur's Gate, he said. Adventurers get welcomed as heroes, he said. Poxy Drim and his bleeding notions.
Just think, soon we'll feel the sun on our skin.
Sir, good, sir. Give me 3 days and... Oh, apologies. Thought you were someone else. Greetings, so forth, so on. The landlord, Sir Frago Antuna. A most generous soul, I assure you. How dare you? Accusing an upstanding citizen like me of being a dwarf? I'm a halfling, you oaf!
Ok, je le crois lui.
I think the master plans to expand his territory. Take Candlekeep. Maybe even
Word to the wise. Give that ill-mated temple a wide berth. Rude buggers. Certainly not bringing my trade there again. Does that excuse being rude? Excluding folk? Come off it. They wouldn't let me in. Spouted some tripe about my sort and absolutist murderers. I only wanted to sit down a minute. So did I. You're welcome. Good luck out there.
Elle a pas des trucs à vendre, elle?
This place is real shabby. But at least folk don't look at you funny in here.
Ouais, elle a pas grand chose en vrai. Hein. Ils valent cher en fait les portraits de notre
Pleasure
ennemi.
doing business.
His territory. Candlekeep. Maybe.
Ah,
Bloomin' hell, you look famished. I've got some victuals that'll warm you right up. Have a skeg at these. That should do you.
Haven't we lingered long enough? We should return for the ceremony.
We have time. The runaway is still missing after all. Nothing.
What do you reckon, lad? You trust these steel watcher thingamajigs? Aye, I'll second that. It's alright where we can get work repairing them, but what happens when they build something else to do that? It's no good, I tell you.
After all this time.
We should go. I do not want to face the Master if we're late for his Black Mass.
Soon, sister. I only need one more mark.
We have enough for the Master. No more needed.
It's not for the master, it's for me. I spent 100 years eating rats and dogs, but soon I'll be able to feast. I want someone there, ready for me.
on dirait des Estarus.
Once the mass is done and our Lord grants us freedom, I can celebrate by drinking them dry.
Cazador promised you your freedom, and you believed him? Ha! You were never burdened with intelligence, Petras. But your load seems especially light these days.
Astarion! It cannot be.
Oh, that's no way to welcome back a brother, doll. Didn't you miss me?
Why would you come back? You got out. You were free.
Of course that's why he came crawling back. He wants to ascend with the rest of us. He heard about the ritual and the power our master will grant us. So he came back with his tail between his legs, hoping all would be forgiven.
You always were an idiot, Petras. Where is he hiding? Tell me!
Brother! Please!
Putain.
Fine. You owe your wretched life to my friend. Now tell me what I need to know.
The Master is preparing the Black Mass. Beneath his palace, there's a defiled chapel. It was hidden there the entire time. Hidden from us all. Do you really think you can stop him?
I'm the only one who can. The sun can't harm me. Cazador can't compel me. I don't need to fear him anymore. Now go, before I change my mind about roasting you, brother.
This isn't over, Astarion.
On verra, on verra.
Poor fools. They actually think Cazador will save them. You sound surprised. I am capable of doing the right thing from time to time. They're no threat to us. And they have no choice but to do Cazador's bidding. I pity them. Worst of all, they don't know their fate's already set. They're doomed. The only question is whether their lives will be sacrificed to a monster like Cazador, or serve a greater purpose. 7 sigils on 7 spawn. And Cazador has the other 6. We have to face him and take that power for ourselves. Trust me, I'd rather slaughter someone else's family, but if that's what it takes. And it's not like their sweet innocence. They brought Cazador just as many victims as I did. You're not getting sentimental, are you? I thought you were with me on this. I knew I was right about you. You're a true friend. And now we know he's skulking beneath his palace. We can take the hunt to Cazador. All right, let's go.
A member of staff?
Mais du coup, il n'y a rien ici. Non, elle est là, la porte. Pousse-toi, toi.
Not for communal use, it seems.
I'd probably break it.
Ah, il y a une échelle.
Someone there.
Allez, à toi de jouer pour ouvrir ça. Hop, attends.
Simple.
25. Voilà.
Is that blood? No, never mind.
Qu'est-ce qui se passe? Ah.
What's next, I wonder?
What the fuck?
Looking ahead.
Bah.
There is work to do.
Let me work my magic.
Let's move.
Ok, faut faire utiliser en fait et tu te retrouves ici.
Blood near the bed.
Notice some blood has pooled on the wooden floor.
Oh!
You notice the blood's source. A body hidden under the bed.
I know this key. It's identical to the one held by that corpse in the tunnels.
Toi. Putain, j'ai trop bien fait de lui faire apprendre ça. C'est trop bien en vrai.
The corpse regards you lifelessly.
Murdered by my son.
Filial betrayal, is it? A tale as old as the gods themselves.
Found his secret. My sweet boy. Why? Killed folk slowly. He liked it.
The corpse remains silent. It does not know.
Dwarf like me. Dresses in red.
The spell's power wanes. You can ask no more questions.
Ok. Donc le mec qui a tué le prêtre, c'est le même qui est... Quel?
Worth grabbing.
Ah merde! Ah c'est ombre cœur que je manipule là. Bon, pas grave.
Or in toys with us where she could destroy us. Whatever her motivations, I hope she reveals them quickly.
list of names. Father is on here, crossed off. A target list, perhaps. What's in here? Might be useful.
Don't touch me.
Your stealing has caught someone's attention. What will you do?
Hein?
You may have talked your way out of this one.
All's well that ends. Not as bad as it could have.
Ah, il veut pas parler avec moi, lui.
This place is real shabby. But at least folk don't look at you funny in here. Need anything?
Ouais, en broker aussi, elle avait ramassé pas mal de bêtises.
Pleasure doing.
Hear me out. Caresse's caresse also has roots.
You're not
Ah ouais, il y avait ça comme quête aussi là.
Music and all-round pleasant folks, from what I've heard.
And if a patron
Je vais y aller direct pour
I'd probably
tenter de faire le truc des pigeons. Hein. J'avais totalement oublié, je sais pas trop pourquoi. Alors, faut trouver un moyen de monter sur le toit de ce bâtiment. Moi, je pense que ça va être par un endroit extérieur. Je pense plutôt sur la droite aussi. Ou au nord, à la façade. Parce qu'il y a plus de nature que du côté du cirque. Ah. Bah, quand on cherche le loup.
Symbol. Gale, is this Tressum yours?
It is! It's Tara! What's she doing all the way out here?
C'est qui Tara?
Mr. Dekarios, heavens! Fancy seeing you here.
Tara! That can't be you, can it?
I suppose you won't be terribly shocked to find your old friend Tara amongst the pigeons. They've always been a personal favorite.
My, is that a ring? For us? Ugh, you shouldn't have. Enjoy yourself now, Tara. Looks like you've got yourself set up quite nicely here. Oh, right. Did you hear that, Tara? Stop it.
Well, these must be important birds indeed, Mr. Dekarios. Forgive me for feasting on their bodies and bones so very voraciously.
Oh, she's agreed. Just about.
Bon bah elle était assez simple comme quête en vrai. Là je suppose que je dois juste retourner voir le nain et puis voilà. Enfin le nain, le elfe-là en face. Merde. Je voulais sauvegarder en fait avant de les lire et puis d'aller lui rendre.
A symbol on the collar. Gale, is this one yours?
It is! It's Tara! What's she doing all the way out here?
Mr. Dakari, Tara, I suppose you...
My, enjoy yourself now, Tara. Looks like you've got... Oh!
Well...
Oh, she's a...
Voilà. Ouais. Je vais la refaire, mais différemment et plus intelligemment. Bon, moi je reviens en tout cas. J'ai plus d'eau. Ouais. Alors.
Please, go talk.
Ok, elle me dit rien de plus, elle.
We loved Father Logan as you did. Still wanted to stop today.
Those machines on the circle line that have to soon.
Donjons. y a un truc que je comprends pas là. En fait, le mec il s'appelle Danzo, mais je crois que Danzo c'était, il était mentionné dans une des 3 lettres que j'ai pas réussi à retrouver là. Où il parlait avec une certaine Roa. Sauf que Danzo c'est aussi le maître des coursiers. Alors, rouvrons ça. Voilà. Ah oui, c'est celle-là. Effectivement.
Don't suppose you've stumbled across those letters yet? You read it? Technically, that's interfering with someone else's property. I should report you to the nearest manip. Tell you what, give it here and we'll say no more about it. I'll give you a nice little bonus as well, a finder's fee. What do you say? Fine. Just give me the letter. Forget you saw anything. This never happened.
Ouais, une belle somme.
You want to know all about Stelmane's murder? Hottest topic in Rivington. Apart from the March of the Absolute's army, I suppose. Got today's edition of the Baldur's Mouth Gazette right here. You want one? Excellent. You enjoy that one, all right? You want... I'll go on then. You've twisted my arm.
Alors, qu'est-ce qu'on apprend là-dedans? C'est sympa tout ça.
You want to let those thugs get away with it?
Ouais, j'ai quelques trucs à vendre.
Back again? Want a dagger? Oh, yay!
Voilà.
Want more?
Flophouse. It has plenty of spare beds.
Great! We can bunk with 10 other people and pay none of them.
Got inside yet. I am not going inside.
Welcome to Caresse's Caresse, where our libations and sensual indulgences restore even the weariest souls.
Je crois que c'est là qu'on doit retrouver Vos, non?
It's your birthday. You deserve to cut loose.
Caresse de Caresse, ouais, celle-là. Ah.
So Bal's Orin is testing you. Either she thinks herself a predator, playing with her food, or she fears what you might do. Good. She's circling. Have no doubt of that. The last time I fought doppelgangers, the Balspawn Sarevok was using them to subvert the city government, aid his rise to power. But Orin, he's more predator than politician, I think. She simply wants to make us feel hunted, isolated. Tell the Lordling that Orin is watching. Seems that Gortash and Orin have had a little falling out. We should leverage that. You think me lonely? In truth, I prefer travel in a small pack such as this. Unburdened by numbers, we're free to act rather than react. A little like the old days. With allies every bit as peculiar. Give or take a few tadpoles. Would you? In time, then. Perhaps once you found a rocking chair for me to doze off in. Ask it. More than I would like. In my youth, I was a brief and very much unwilling member of a colony's... I felt the way they think. Saw the world as they do. Foul. Then, who am I speaking to? You have far more experience than I. I believe you. The gods can grant power or...
Come to bask in the glow of the Moon Maiden's sword? Be most welcome. I am free from... You must face them. I will help.
Keeping very well, I hope? I mourn the man I knew. He was wonderful. He raised me to serve Selûne as my mother, rest her soul, had wished. He was everything to me, all my life. When an emissary of Selûne came to our little town, we were elated. Dame Aelin, daughter of the Moon Maiden herself. This was different. It was like I could see my fate in her eyes. Lucky for me, she felt the same way. But my father was skeptical. Aelin is immortal, after all. I understand it's strange. There's an imbalance between us, certainly. But I suppose loving Aelin felt the same as loving myself. It was natural. Then... And this is where I still need answers. I died. I'm not sure how, why, but all was black. Next I knew, I was being jolted awake. I smelled musty air, I saw shadows. And then my father's face. So changed. So hideously warped. He told me we'd be together now. Said Aelin was dead. I couldn't speak. Could only run. I found last light within the shadows. Made a shelter there. Prayed my father wouldn't find me. By the time Jaheira came, I'd pieced together just enough to know I'd been dead 100 years. That my father was the source of the horrors that plagued my home. He's gone now. But I suppose the man I knew died when I died. The man he became... that wasn't the father I knew. The one I loved so very much. Look after my angel, of course. She's been through more than I can bear to think about. 100 years in the Shadowfell. 100 years being murdered by Sharans over and over. It fills me with a rage I can hardly contain. She's a formidable woman, my Aelin. But no one could escape such horrors unscathed. She's in my hands now, and I intend to help her through whatever's to come. We'll both of us stand by you when the time comes to put down the horror that threatens this city. We are your allies, for life.
Qu'est-ce qu'il me veut, lui?
It's certainly good to be back at camp. How I've missed the smells. Indeed. And I'm sure Dringo will do a great job. He always took good care of me.
Alors, toi, tu vas rester là pour
What's on
l'instant.
your mind? I question the wisdom of that decision, but I'll be here in the meantime.
Why, hello, lover. That sounded more debonair in my head, I'll admit. Do you need something? Of course. Just the one.
Je vais sauvegarder et je vais lui dire l'autre truc là. En fait, c'est assez exigu la manière dont c'est formulé.
Aren't you a sight for sore eyes? I suppose we didn't. Another life, perhaps.
Of course.
Well, don't stand in ceremony.
Hein?
Fine. What's on your mind?
Ouais, on lui dira plus tard. J'ai toujours pas compris en fait ce que ça faisait. Bon.
Men, women, children, all barred from entry. A damn travesty. A decade ago, Baldur's Gate would have welcomed any and everyone seeking refuge. Who would take in these souls, if not the Jewel of Baldurin? Gortash, do you mean? Those metal hunks do not obey a man who sees reason. There is no negotiating with the dead gods is chosen. They know only the language of punishment and pain. To make Baldur's Gate a safe haven, we'll first need to bathe Gortash and Orin in their own blood. I met her twice. The first time, I was a boy of 7 or 8, at a banquet in the Flaming Fist's honor. One look and I was smitten. Chestnut hair that flowed behind her like willow fronds, as she floated from one room to the next as if carried by clouds. The second time, Stelmane was different. Even with the aid of a cane, each step she took was a struggle. Every word she spoke took great physical effort. A stroke victim? I asked Father later. No, he said. A stroke survivor.
You sense uncertainty in Will's voice. He questions his father's explanation.
Something's always gnawed at me. At the banquet, Stelmane didn't seem to look at us, but through us. But that second time, her gaze never left me. It was steel, sharp and unyielding. It could just be my imagination, but I always felt that it was more than a stroke that had changed her. What, though? I couldn't say. Nonsense. Stelmane was no less worthy of life or success because she was disabled. Her death is no blessing. It is a calculated cruelty. Think about it. My father was Tadpole. Stelmane is dead. The people are frightened and the council's in disarray. To exert control, you must first sow chaos. A tyrant's strategy, as father would say. These murders aren't random acts. Someone powerful is guiding the killer's hand, and the city is made weaker for it. Yes, and at a great cost, partial ceremorphosis. I won't begrudge you your choice. As for me, though, I'm not ready. I might never be. Gods, yes. I can feel its energy. Its essence filling me to near bursting. Very well. I will avail myself of the astral tadpole's powers. That's the spirit.
Life pulses from within. The parasite's thoughts whisper at the edge of your mind. It wants to share itself with you.
Go on. Don't be afraid. It only wants to help.
A coldness seeps through your veins as the tadpole awakens. Its yearning almost unbearable. Your mind is a veritable feast. The tadpole's essence courses through you. Where it touches, your flesh, glands, organs contract and flood with pure thought. You feel different. Your body has never felt more connected. Your mind present in every flesh.
Perhaps, once the others see...
I have battled great evils, been mocked by villains of all sorts. What is she capable of? And where will she... Are you sure? The blade and just...
Alors, elle est où l'autre? Ah! C'est qui ça?
I'm just a cat. Please, talk to Yenna. I don't like talking. Yenna is my best friend. She's kind. Help her, not me. Nothing good, I don't think. She was so very sick. Maybe she made like a cat and went off to spend her last life. But please don't.
Ah, il me fait un peu de la peine, lui.
Hi. It's me, Yenna. You remember me, right? You were really nice to me before, and, my mum hasn't come back yet. She might come later. I don't think she's coming. Could we maybe stay here?
Absolutely not. We've hit our quota for mangy strays.
Yes! You've got a fire and everything. I can cook really good. Whatever you want. Thank you, thank you.
Ça va, j'ai masse d'argent, je peux la garder.
I brought my own paring knife. Now I just need some ingredients, and I'm gonna make something really good, I promise.
Please.
A shivering. It also promises. Do you not feel the cold where once there was heat? The void where your soul once resided? I can feel them. The might, the vigor, the possibilities. The Elder Brain could be the harbinger of the grand design and the doom of the Githyanki. The end time of the 16 planes will be upon us, and the Astral will be the first to fall. Very well. I will accept what this damnable gate rock has to offer. Yisk Githkar Tafki Crashet. It is done.
Life pulses from within. It wants to share itself with you.
Go on. Don't be afraid.
A coldness seeps through your veins as the tadpole awakens. Its yearning almost unbearable. Your mind is a veritable feast. The tadpole's essence courses through you. Where it touches, your flesh, glands, organs contract and flood with pure thought. You feel different. Your body has never felt more connected. Your mind present in every flex of a joint or muscle.
Perhaps, once the others see what you can...
Oh, enough waiting. I crave blood. Enough waiting. I crave blood. Waiting. I crave blood.
Ah, c'est vachement pratique ça par contre.
What a day.
Ah ok, on peut voir ce qu'ils ont, mais on peut pas les...
Indolence breeds madness.
Alors, Ombrecoeur, elle a quoi, elle?
Blackets will be done.
Never a dull moment.
Caresse's caress isn't just translating your whistle. Dancing, dinner, drinks,
Exactly. Pleasure isn't just physical, it's a state of mind. And all-round pleasant fun.
Doesn't make any sense.
Normalement, il y a Boss là-dedans que je dois aller voir.
Welcome to Caresse's Caresse, where the only thing that goes down easier than our drinks. Another drow for my feasting eyes, in darkness bred, yet no less delicious for it. Elegant, decadent, and oh so dangerous. I know your bliss. A sturdy dwarf, a leather whip, she gives, you receive. Or have I misjudged you? Of course you wouldn't. Who can resist the pleasure of the strap once leather meets flesh? It's Fionn you seek, our stern librarian. She isn't here today, alas. Your penance must wait. Well, we've other ways to fill your void. A drink for one, a pair of drow for another. Choose your sin. Sweeting. I'm no fortune teller. If I had a crystal ball, I promise I'd already have consulted it. Truth is, Fionn's gone well missing. And my hands may be skillful, but they were not made to turn every last stone she might be hiding behind.
C'est quoi la cambuse?
Murdered! Ye gods, the poor thing! Oh, by the mother of cats, I pray she didn't suffer. They'll miss that face. Else, the regulars will miss her more. They swarmed her like honeybees at the hive. Oh. Losing Fionn slashed a big hole in my coin purse. I should get to replacing her. I have little coin, but I offer sin in abundance. Talk with the Drow twins in the tap room. They're legends among the regulars, almost myths. Tell them they're your gift from the Mamselle, and let them show you why. Anything else on your mind, sweeting? Nisha, our lovely nymph. She's engaged in the nymph's grotto on the top floor, sweeting. The client's a favorite of hers, too. I doubt you'll be able to tear her away. But we are blessed to have a devil in residence at the moment. A temporary guest. But he asked that I send any potential clients his way. Everyone who's paid a visit looks quite changed by the experience. Indeed he did. Raphael. Exceedingly handsome, and with a voice that could make the foulest blasphemy seem the sweetest hymn.
Now, that there's a face I'd remember if I'd seen it. Welcome to Caresse's Caresse. What can Hoots do for you, stranger? You got a taste for ale, I reckon? Or maybe... Ah, forget it. My new brew could drop you in the wink of a spectator's eye. Don't know about that, chum. Hoots Hooch packs a stronger wallop than all 10 of my knuckles. Could beef you up, sharpen your tongue, or knock you out cold. No telling till the first drop hits your gullet. Damn! The first one's on the house. So, don't come bawling to me if your big toes fall off or your tongue coils in a knot. Caresse. The mamsel's brainchild. Wet your tongue, soak your skin, scratch your itch. Get the attention you want and avoid the attention you don't. My business is slinging tankards, not hoarding secrets. I'd like to keep it that way. But you poke some folk hard enough, they're bound to squeal. And Mamselle Elmira there looks about ready to burst. Have a look.
C'est cool ce machin là.
All set, are ya?
Je l'ai pris juste parce que il est marrant quoi.
You can stare as much as you like.
My. I can tell you are a special one from a single glance. You have but to ask, and we can grant you a moment of pleasure. Don't be shy.
What do you think, silly? Love, of course. Hot and vulgar with me, or sweet and sincere with my sister. Trust me, you don't want to miss my signature Mesobaranzan love trick.
Menzoberranzan love magic. A formidable practice, usually only reserved for pleasing the most insatiable matriarchs in the city of spiders.
And is that your partner with you? What a gorgeous couple. Perhaps we could come to an agreement. We want both of you, silly. at the same time.
While it's a fascinating prospect, I'd like you all to myself. At least the first time. I'm glad. Provided we survive, there's plenty of nights yet to come.
C'est pas plus mal en vrai.
Couldn't get us off your mind, could you? Silly. We are the gift. One free ride with me or my brother.
Or perhaps you have greater ambitions yet.
Je vais faire ça, mais j'ai sauvegardé avant pour ne plus avoir à leur parler.
Return to us if you have a lover willing.
Ah.
Couldn't get us off your mind, could you?
Ah, you're...
Should I be jealous?
I'll be a little treat for you then.
Elle m'en veut pas du tout, elle. C'est bizarre ça. Allez, avance.
Look, you didn't sign a treaty permitting you to march a war party through my lands. You paid for sex.
Allez, venez les gars.
You came. I'm so pleased. You can never tell who's going to get cold feet. So, now that you're here, what next? An experience no one else here will give you. A chance to be embraced. And of course, there's no charge. Anything for someone who helped find Fionn. So, what can I do for you? A tender touch? Some sensory stimulation? Just because I'm a drow, you think I've got a whip between my... As I'm relatively new to this business, unlike my brother, I'm not comfortable letting my clients go too far. Then...
In the darkness, you can feel hands moving over your...
Your body is such a treat.
Her hands slip under your clothes, running down your chest, your stomach, between your legs. You drag your tongue in a winding line from beneath her earlobe down along her collarbone.
Thank you. Thank you.
You hold her so tightly, enveloping her in your arms. Her heart starts to... You're not sure how long your time together lasted, but it was long enough. By the end, you felt like you were floating in the dark, utterly at peace.
Il est toujours plein de sang, lui.
That was wonderful. With Baldur's Gate preparing...
Non, en vrai, je voulais... Je vais me remettre ici. Tout, je suis en slip rose aussi. Non, je voulais juste voir jusqu'où je pourrais aller. Et ce qui est bizarre, c'est que son broker, elle a pas dit non pour moi. Elle m'a plutôt dit que j'avais fait un bon choix, c'était chelou.
Was that human boy insisting on playing his acoustically lit version of High House of Wonders?
C'est quoi ces symboles là?
Enjoy the fiddling. Throw a few coins our way and let...
You're looking parched, sweetheart. Another tankard?
Else, darling. Another sip and I'm like to spill over. But other hankering for spicier flavours. How about you give me a taste? Right as falling rain. What's it to you, chuffer?
Don't worry your pretty head about the fist, love. I can play them all like a lute.
What'd you say, doll? Have a sit on my lap. Let's see what pops up.
Darling, how you set me a quiver. You are a beast among men. No, a dragon, setting my phoenix nest aflame. I shall slake your thirst, dragon. You will part your lips and drink of my essence.
I will drink your essence.
Hoots, order up! Another tankard for the fist. My hands, you want a drink? Hoots is your woman.
Damn, Hoots! That new batch burns stronger than a pit fiend's fist.
I'll take that as a compliment.
Take it however you want. But I'll be having my usual from now on. Oh. It's Raphael's favorite misadventurer. You've put me out of pocket, you know. Raphael bet me 5 soul coins you'd reach the city in one piece. He rented a room upstairs in the hope that you'd drop by.
Je crois que je l'ai déjà vu, elle, dans Dans l'acte 2, quand on arrivait au bâtiment des maçons, là. Je crois qu'elle était cachée dans le coin et qu'elle se téléporte dès qu'on s'approche.
Ah, I forget we've never met. I've had my eyes and ears on you so long we feel like old friends. Carella is my name. I'm Raphael's assistant, shall we say. Take your time. Have a drink. Sample the goods. Go see him when you're feeling refreshed.
I don't understand why they're such a
The two men bark softly to each other. A single name reaches your ears. 9 fingers.
You rats with the guild now. Heard 9 fingers met a match.
The new kingpin? All meat and muscle, that one. And wild as a werebear. If he's looking to oust 9 fingers, my blade's got his back.
Sounds messy as the 9th hell. Must be why she called us to help.
Is that right? The way I heard it, you Zent cut a deal with the new... Hold on. You there! Getting up in our affairs?
No!
Nine Fingers won't be happy about Zenobia, and I'm not about to tell her. Better you than me. Now listen, I'll only say this once. Lower City, Basilisk Gate, Guildhall. And that's all you're getting from me. Now scram! The chat's officially closed.
Not that type of service down here, love. I've got a husband. And you ain't my type. Oh, thank the gods. I've had too many miscreants think my kitchen's just another themed playroom. I suppose, if you're willing to pay for it.
Il a pas grand-chose.
Now get out from under my...
Putain, il y a du monde ici. Ah oui. Ah ouais, je suis venu pour ça à la base, moi. Allez, le bavard.
Case closed, another bottle open. Huzzah to Valeria!
Hang on a tick. I recognize that face. You were talking to Yanis after I left the temple. I'll bet she's put you up to something. Why must you busybodies insist on interrupting a perfectly good night? I know that look. You remind me of Devella. Fine. If you doubt my conclusions, out with it. What have you found?
Ah ouais, j'ai trouvé tout ça, moi.
A Baal plot? You as well? Devella's been harping on about Baal for months. Fancies herself something of an expert. I assumed it was just a bunch of conspiracy codswallop and fear-mongering. But she's been unusually insistent about this one, even for her. Fine. I'll bite. What's your theory? No need to wave documents at me. I'm already drowning in paperwork as it is. Constable Devella is going to be a real pain in the trunk about this. Since you seem to be on an obnoxiously similar wavelength, why don't you seek her out? She'll be at the Elf Song Tavern. Show her the list, and I'll stay and inform the Fist here. Oh, and you'll need this pass. It'll give you access to the lower city. Well? What are you waiting for? You've a bloody conspiracy to solve. Move!
It will when you've met the drow.
Oh, Father, give me strength.
Devil's Den.
Even if...
Easy.
Have a lot on my mind and, well, in it.
Voilà, tranquille.
Floated off into the astral plane. You're out of luck.
I will pay. Serve any foul whim.
Putain, ils ont des secs pourris dans leur chambre, quoi. C'est pas ouf en vrai, hein. Ok. J'ai du mal à comprendre. Ah, je suis passé au-dessus de la rue en fait. Ok, d'accord.
Well, hello.
Nymph's Grotto.
The librarian does this thing with her whip on all fours and... Such a prude.
Moan loudly in the library at all times.
A crooked touch.
Caresse's caressing. Whistle. Dancing, tenor,
Je suis sûr, elle va pas être très contente.
Pleasure isn't just physical, it's a state.
Coucou.
Tell me, am I beautiful?
More than beautiful. You are the aurora stretched across the north skies. You are the golden dunes swept across the Calym. You are the fruit of the forbidden palm, soft on my skin, sweet on my tongue. You are my sin and salvation.
Your parasite stirs, and you gaze at the nymph through the flaming fist's hungry eyes. Your muscles shiver with her longing. Your skin burns with her heat.
What's wrong, Jara?
What are you? Wait. I know you.
I don't understand. What's...
Your face. The Absolute has shown me.
Jara, what's going on? Who's this man?
Your head screams in agony. The change has come. Pustules boiling beneath your skin, your bones twisting, your flesh rupturing. And suddenly, silence.
What's happening?
Ah, c'est comme ça qu'on se transforme. Putain, il peut pas l'avoir. Ouais, la foulée brumeuse. Du coup, on peut le faire comme ça. Et voilà.
tales of mind flayers, talons sharp as daggers, and tentacles yet more fearsome. But no tale did justice to its ethereal beauty. It floats like a butterfly. Its blood shimmers like silver. Is it not in the Illithid's barbarity that we find its splendor? Your eyes are no less monstrous, I assure you. A lesser woman might be frightened, but I am no lesser woman.
Her gaze intensifies. Your breath quickens, and your heart skips a beat. The woman's senses are heightened and her fire stoked. The mind flayer is no mere curiosity, but an object of desire.
Why should I deny it? My urge is as natural as the grape upon the vine. But perhaps there are other flavors that might satisfy my palate. Rapture. Close your eyes and listen. Shh. Free your mind.
Je vais sauvegarder parce que j'ai pas envie que son broker elle soit vénère après.
Darkness. Her voice shines through it, warmer than the sun, yet cooler than night.
The all-being. Here, there is no suffering. Here, you want for nothing. Here, you are anything. You have one word. Tell me, what will you be? You are more than contented. You are at total peace. Your belly is full. Your mind rested. Your eyes bright. No more will you hear the clang of steel on steel. No more will you fear the cry of a wolf, the growl of an ogre. You are warm. You are safe.
Your flesh shivers, your heart bursts. True ecstasy for one fleeting moment.
Open your eyes. I'll remember you, and you'll remember me.
Ok.
If you seek rapture, find it elsewhere.
Ah, c'est cool ici. Je peux piquer tout ce qu'il y a.
Listen up. You need a spot of gold? I got the perfect job for you.
Caresse's caress isn't just about wetting your whistle. It's dancing, dinner, drinks.
Exactly. Pleasure isn't just physical, it's a state of mind.
Doesn't make any sense.
It will when you bet.
What's inside?
Caresse's caress also has.
C'est quoi ça? Ça a l'air marrant. Je me demande quand même, on est dans la chambre de qui là?
Even if you walk in the light.
Il est bizarre leur salon de lecture en vrai. Hein.
a shot?
Moan loudly in the library at all times.
If your mighty Mars needs...
I got it! I got it! And thanks.
Darling, it's very mother-like.
Ça permet de faire quoi d'aller ici en vrai?
You're absolutely sure?
Every sub...
Doesn't make any sense. You are safe, my love. I'm here. Frank, I won't let anything happen.
I know you have.
I don't mind. Honestly. Don't you two have rocks for brains?
Bon, ça servait pas à grand chose d'aller au-dessus, apparemment. Sur ce, moi je vais m'arrêter là. Je vous souhaite une bonne soirée et je vous dis à la prochaine. À plus.